Hello everyone, welcome to another series of today's GK. Let's begin with previous day's practice question. Question was with reference to Jim Corbett National Park. Consider the following statements. 1. It was established in 1936 as India's first national park. 2. It is located in the state of Himachal Pradesh. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option A, 1 only. Recently, a sloth bear was killed in a fight with a tiger at Jim Corbett National Park. Corbett National Park, also called Jim Corbett National Park, is located in the southern Uttarakhand state, northern India. It is located at the Himalayas foothills near the popular hill station of Nainital. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. It was established in 1936 as India's first national park. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Therefore, option A is correct. Ramganga River is the lifeline for Corbett National Park. This national park is famous for being home to a large number of tigers. Now let's begin today's session. First question is, in the context of government health policies and schemes, Ayushman Bharat Health Account or ABHA is an initiative of which of the following? The National Health Authority, Development Monitoring and Evaluation Office, Central Medical Services Society, or Principal Scientific Advisor to the Government of India. The correct answer is option A, the National Health Authority. In recent times, the National Health Authority under its Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission or ABDM scheme is enabling digital interventions for bringing efficiency in the delivery of healthcare services. One such intervention is the scan and share service that is enabling instant registrations for patients at OPD, that is outpatient department, blocks of participating hospitals. Additionally, the utilization of the service has crossed 10 lakh patient registrations within 6 months of its launch. In addition to this, NHA launched the Ayushman Bharat Health Account or ABHA on 6 October 2022 in New Delhi. The patients create their ABHA accounts. After this, they can directly share their ABHA profile with the hospital to complete their registration without having to fill out the form physically. This paperless registration results in instant token generation, thereby helping the patient skip the long queue by simply using their ABHA. Therefore, option A is correct. NHA is the apex body responsible for implementing India's flagship public health scheme called Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. Next question is with reference to the National Payments Corporation of India or NPCI, consider the following statements. 1. It is an umbrella organization for operating retail payments and settlement systems in India. 2. It is an initiative of the National Institute of Financial Management. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option A, 1 only. Recently, the NPCI has recommended additional charges for UPI merchant transactions made only through prepaid payment instruments or PPIs such as digital wallets. NPCI is an umbrella organization for operating retail payments and settlement systems in India. Hence, statement 1 is correct. It is an initiative of the Reserve Bank of India and the Indian Banks Association under the provisions of the Payment and Settlement Systems Act 2007. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Therefore, option A is correct. Considering the utility nature of the objects of NPCI, it has been incorporated as a not-for-profit company. It is registered under Section 8 of the Companies Act 2013. Next question is, in the context of which of the following sectors PM Mitra was mentioned in the news recently? Coal, refinery products, cements, or textiles? The correct answer is option D, textiles. Recently, the Prime Minister of India congratulated the people of Karnataka for the establishment of a PM Mitra, that is Mega Integrated Textile Region and Apparel Park in Kalaburagi. It is hoped that the PM Mitra parks will have world-class industrial infrastructure which would attract cutting-edge technology and boost FDI and local investment in the textiles sector. The PM Mitra scheme is inspired by the 5F vision of the Prime Minister of India, that is, farm to fiber to factory to fashion to foreign. It aspires to fulfill the vision of building an Atmanirbhar Bharat and to position India strongly on the global textiles map. It will be developed by a special purpose vehicle which will be owned by the central and state government and in a public-private partnership mode. Therefore, option D is correct. These mega textile parks will be set up in Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, and Uttar Pradesh. Next question is with reference to elephant reserves. Consider the following statements. 1. Anamudi Elephant Reserve is located in Kerala. 2. There are no elephant reserve in Odisha. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option A, 1 only. Recently, researchers have mapped the conflict-prone areas in the Mysore Elephant Reserve to formulate better strategies to avoid human-animal conflicts. The Indian elephant occurs in the central and southern Western Ghats, northeast India, eastern India, and northern India, and in some parts of the southern peninsular India. It is included in Schedule 1 of the Indian Wildlife Protection Act 1972 and in Appendix 1 of the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Flora and Fauna, that is CITES. It occurs in 16 of the 28 states in the country. Project Elephant was launched by the Government of India in the year 1992 as a centrally sponsored scheme. As of now, there are 33 elephant reserves in India. Wayanad, Nilambur, Anamudi, and Periyar are the elephant reserves that can be found in Kerala. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Mayurbhanj, Mahanadi, and Sambalpur elephant reserves are located in the state of Odisha. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Therefore, option A is correct. Next question is, in the context of the Supreme Court landmark judgments, Lily Thomas versus Union of India is associated with which of the following? Environment Protection Act 1986, Representation of the People Act 1951, Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002, or the Prevention of Corruption Act 1988. The correct answer is option B, Representation of the People Act 1951. Recently, the Surat court sentenced a Congress leader to 2 years in jail in a 2019 defamation case over his remarks about the Modi surname. As per Section 8(3) of the Representation of the People Act or RPA of 1951, the conviction of a lawmaker or MP MLA for an offence with a 2-year sentence or more leads to disqualification from the House. Section 8(4) of the RPA said that the disqualification takes effect only after 3 months have elapsed from the date of conviction. Within that period, the convicted lawmaker could have filed an appeal against the sentence before a higher court. However, this provision was struck down as unconstitutional in the Supreme Court's landmark 2013 ruling in Lily Thomas versus Union of India. The verdict was seen as a major step towards cleaning up Indian politics and ensuring that convicted criminals do not get to occupy public offices. Therefore, option B is correct. The Minjore desalination plant is located in which of the following states of India? Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, or Telangana? The correct answer is option B, Tamil Nadu. The National Institute of Ocean Technology is going to set up a green self-powered desalination plant in Lakshadweep. Currently, the desalination plants, each of which provides at least 100,000 liters of potable water every day. Minjore desalination plant is located in the state of Tamil Nadu, India. It is the largest desalination plant in India. The second largest plant is in Jamnagar, Gujarat, with a capacity of 96,000 meter cube per day. The plant produces potable water using reverse osmosis or RO technology and serves an estimated population of 500,000 in Chennai. Chennai has a chronic water problem as the city depends extensively on groundwater replenished by an average rainfall of 1,276 mm. In this regard, the Minjore desalination plant serves an important purpose. Therefore, option B is correct. Next question is with reference to Indian economy. Consider the following statements. 1. Core inflation refers to the change in value of all goods in the basket. 2. Headline inflation excludes food and fuel items from core inflation. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option D, neither 1 nor 2. According to the Reserve Bank of India's recent statement, the headline retail inflation moderated to 6.44% in February 2023 from 6.52% in January. Headline inflation refers to the change in value of all goods in the basket. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. Core inflation excludes food and fuel items from headline inflation. Since the prices of fuel and food items tend to fluctuate and create noise in inflation computation, core inflation is less volatile than headline inflation. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Therefore, option D is correct. In a developed economy, food and fuel account for 10 to 15% of the household consumption basket, and in developing economies, it forms 30 to 40% of the basket. In this regard, headline inflation is more relevant for developing economies than developed economies. Next question is, in the context of Indian geography, consider the following statements regarding the Vaitarna River. 1. It is the east-flowing river that falls into the Bay of Bengal. 2. It rises in the Chota Nagpur Plateau region. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option D, neither 1 nor 2. In recent times, the illegal dredging of sand from the Vaitarna River is threatening the safety of the rail bridge in the Palghar district of Maharashtra. The river Vaitarna is one of the west-flowing rivers in the region north of Mumbai and south of the Tapi River. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. The river rises in the Sahyadri hill range in the Nasik district of Maharashtra state. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Therefore, option D is correct. The main tributaries of Vaitarna River are Pinjal, Ganjai, Surya, Daharji, Tansa. The catchment area of Vaitarna Basin completely lies in Thane and Nasik districts of Maharashtra. The Vaitarna drains an area of 2019 square kilometer before it falls in Gulf of Khambat. Next question is, in the context of government schemes and policies, Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushalya Yojana was launched in which of the following year? 2014, 2016, 2018 or 2020? The correct answer is option A, 2014. Recently, Union Minister for Rural Development onboarded 19 captive employers, a unique initiative under the Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushalya Yojana in New Delhi. Captive employers will train rural poor youth and provide employment to trained youth in their company or subsidiary. Captive employment is a first-of-its-kind initiative aimed at addressing the vision of a dynamic and demand-based skilling ecosystem catering to the requirements of industry partners, assuring sustainable placements for rural poor youth. DDU-GKY is a placement-linked skilling program of the Ministry of Rural Development under the aegis of the National Rural Livelihood Mission. This program caters to the rural poor youth. It was launched on 25th September 2014. The program is currently being implemented in 27 states and 4 UTs for rural poor youth with an emphasis on placements. Therefore, option A is correct. Last question is, consider the following statements regarding the Mission Amrit Sarovar. 1. Every Amrit Sarovar will have a pondage area of 1 acre with a water holding capacity of about 10,000 cubic meter. 2. There is separate financial allocation for Mission Amrit Sarovar. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option A, 1 only. Recently, the Union Minister of State for Rural Development informed the Lok Sabha regarding the Mission Amrit Sarovar. The Mission Amrit Sarovar had initially planned a target to construct or regenerate 50,000 Amrit Sarovar ponds across India till 15th August 2023. Now, additional 50,000 Amrit Sarovar ponds will be constructed by 15th August 2023. Mission Amrit Sarovar has been launched on 24th April 2022 with an objective to harvest and conserve water for future generation. The salient features of the Mission Amrit Sarovar are as follows. As per guideline of Mission Amrit Sarovar, each Amrit Sarovar will have a pondage area of about 1 acre with a water holding capacity of about 10,000 cubic meter. Hence, statement 1 is correct. There is no separate financial allocation for Mission Amrit Sarovar. The Mission Amrit Sarovar works through the states and districts with the convergence from various ongoing schemes. The schemes are Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme, 15th Finance Commission grants, Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana sub-schemes such as Watershed Development Component, Har Khet Ko Pani, besides state's own scheme. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Therefore, option A is correct. Now it's time for the practice question. With reference to Indian polity, consider the following statements regarding the governor. 1. The governor is the chief executive head of the state. 2. The governor is directly elected by the people. Which of the statement or statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? Send the answer of this question in the comment section. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching.